everyone deserves respect. Work smart and not hard. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back, okay? Thank you guys for all your love and support. It means so much to me, okay guys, so in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys 10 life lessons that living in the Netherlands has taught me. So this video means so much to me because it took me a while to kind of just reflect and think about, the things that I've learned in my 2.5 years of living in this beautiful country, the Netherlands. And yeah, I must say that I've had so much to learn from the Dutch culture, from the Dutch people, from, living and interacting with the people in the Netherlands. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So the first life lesson that I've learned from just living here and interacting with Dutch people is that everyone deserves respect. So regardless of title, regardless of financial position, regardless of their religion, every human being that exists on the surface of the earth deserves respect. This lesson is really important to me because I am from Nigeria and I grew up in a society where respect is not accorded equally to everyone. Like in my culture, everyone is not treated the same. It's very normal for respect to be seen as a one-sided thing. So you only give respect when someone is above you, someone is older than you, someone is higher than you, or someone is wealthier than you, okay? So having grown up in such culture, moving to the Netherlands was, I don't want to say a culture shock, but I would definitely say that the culture was very different. I just, noticed that everyone was treated the same way, okay? Like it doesn't matter whether you have all the money in the world or not. Like the same way I would treat someone else who doesn't have the entire money in the world is the same way I'll treat you. I feel like this is a very important life lesson and I'm so glad to have really, experienced it here in the Netherlands, and at least I'm able to treat people much better, okay? So the next life lesson I would say I've learned in this beautiful country is to live within my means, okay? So I think this is a spill off from the first point that I made, okay? Just because everyone is treated equally and everyone is treated with respect, there is no pressure to live above your means. Like there is no pressure to keep up, there's no pressure to belong. You don't need to be driving the latest car for people to respect you. You don't need to be wearing the latest designer item. You don't need to be among the rich and 1% of the society to be treated respectfully. So because of that, you don't have that pressure to live above your means. So I've learned in this beautiful country to live within my means and to be unapologetic about it. Like this is what I can afford and that's on period, okay? I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I don't need to prove my status to anyone. If this is what I can afford, that's what I can afford, okay? So the next thing that I've learned from the Dutchies actually is to work smart and not hard, okay? Okay. The Dutch culture is not one that promotes, when people work all day. Oh, I'm a hard worker. I work 25 hours in a day and all of that. No. So the Dutch people naturally like to take breaks. They respect the time that they give to their work. But once that time is up, is up, okay? So they're not out there to want to work to impress you or whatever. If their work time is 8 hours, they would rather work efficiently for that 8 hours and go home than to, extend the work hours as if working 10, 12, 15 hours is an achievement. It's not an achievement, okay? Another life lesson that I've learned in the Netherlands is to put my family first, okay? The Dutch culture is family oriented, so you would see a typical Dutch person would want to spend more time with their families than more money. Family is so important, and at the end of the day, when it's all been said and done, you just have your family, okay? When you retire, when there is no job no more, when there are no businesses, when you're old and gray, your family is what you have. So I'm so grateful that I'm learning this lesson much more now that I'm still young, okay, to be intentional about dedicating time for my family. Okay, another life lesson that I've learned from the Dutchies or from living in the Netherlands is that it is possible to integrate a healthy lifestyle to my everyday life. Okay, so I've always had this notion that, you know, I have to be living my life like there is an everyday life for Josephine, and then there are times when Josephine needs to live a healthy lifestyle, and this can be very dangerous because sometimes you could get busy, sometimes I could get busy, sometimes like I could be so engaged with other things that I forget to do that part of my healthy lifestyle. I'm learning how to integrate exercise to my everyday life, so I try to cycle to work if I can, to cycle to go get my groceries. So another life lesson that I've learned from the Dutchies is to plan my life. So I'm naturally a very impulsive person. So I'm someone who can, you know, decide to go somewhere last minute. I used to make a lot of last minute decisions, and I think I still do. I'm still learning, okay? But here in the Netherlands, it's typical for Dutchies to plan their lives to the T, okay? There's this joke I always see on the internet that when you want to invite a Dutch person for a cup of tea, the person needs to check his calendar, and then they will give you a time, maybe in 3 months time. That's when he will have time, okay? That's because they plan their lives. Even the quote-unquote fun activities, they plan it to the T. And even though it might seem as if like it's a boring lifestyle to live, where, you know, you're not spontaneous, you're not exciting, you're just planning everything to the T, I still feel like there are benefits to planning your life. I mean, it makes you a bit more effective. It helps you to respect your own time and respect other people's time. Like, there's so many benefits to planning your life. Another life lesson that I've learned is to respect other people's time. Guys, this is particularly important for me because I don't know if you guys know what we call African time, okay? It's part of our Nigerian culture not to attend anything on time, okay? When a party is set to start at 5 o'clock in my country, that party is going to be starting maybe by 9, okay, or 10. And then that 10 o'clock, that party will last maybe 8 more hours. I don't want to say that it's not in our culture, in my Nigerian culture, to be on time for things, but you know, we are more flexible with our time. Like, we are not very strict as to coming for events early. You know, we're not very strict on time management, especially when it comes to like occasions or events or hanging out with friends. But here in the Netherlands, see, when somebody tells you 10 o'clock in the Netherlands, by 5 minutes to 10 you should be there, okay? You should be at least around hovering, so that by 10 o'clock dot you've arrived at that location. Actually, not coming for an event on time or not keeping to time could actually be seen as a sign of disrespect. I'm happy that I've gotten much better than I used to, okay? Another life lesson that I've learned in the Netherlands is how to be direct, okay? I do have a video on my channel where I talked about the directness of the Dutch people, whether they're just being direct or they're just being blatantly rude, okay? I'm going to link that video in the cards. But I've learned actually here in the Netherlands to be open and direct and honest, okay? When I came to the Netherlands, it was one of the culture shocks that I had, the directness of the Dutch people. And to be honest, I didn't have a problem when the directness was coming from an elderly person to a younger person, or from someone who was of a higher ranking, because that is very common in Nigeria as well. But here in the Netherlands, where I had the culture shock was when I saw younger people being open and direct to people that are older than them or people that are in a higher rank than them. And that was when that was where I had the culture shock. So to me, directness can actually be a sign of respect. Like, it's you trying to be honest and open, and you trying to communicate clearly and simple. So another life lesson that I've learned from the Netherlands is that it's okay to negotiate and find ways to save your money, okay? Coming to the Netherlands, I was very surprised to actually see that Dutch people like to negotiate, like to they like to save their money, okay? They like to find ways. I don't want to say wuru ways, no. They like to find ways that they can, you know, save more money, either by doing things by themselves or by negotiating. I even remember buying a few items a few months back, and when we got to the store, we actually were told that we could negotiate the price, and that was very surprising because I remember in the UK I had never been to a store where I was allowed to negotiate a price. I mean, the price was the price, right? But I feel like in the Netherlands there's always room to negotiate, and it's something that I've learned. Okay guys, so the final life lesson that I've learned from the Duchess is not to be in a hurry to take out loans. Okay, so there's this common saying, I think I've seen it on ads online or websites online, especially when you're given an option to, you know, pay for a service or for a product installmentally. You will see this caption: loaning money costs money, when translated to English. This is just to kind of let you know on time that there are negative consequences of borrowing. So it's very normal for Dutchies to want to pay off whatever that they want to buy or save up in advance so that they can pay for what they want to buy. This is something I've learned from living in this country, and I'm so grateful for that. Okay? Okay guys, so yeah, these are the 10 life lessons that I've learned from living in the Netherlands. Okay, do let me know in the comment section, are you a Dutchie? Do you agree with some of the things that I've said? And is there any other life lesson, or is there any other thing in your culture that I might have missed out that you feel would be valuable for other people to know? Okay, just let me know in the comment section. And if you're not a Dutchie but you stay in the Netherlands, do let me know what life lesson that you've learned from living here in the Netherlands. Okay guys, so yeah, this is the end of this video. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm a new YouTuber and I'm trying to build my channel, so all your love and support will mean so much to me. Okay, thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.